NEET scams, CBC glitches. What's just happening with our education system? Education is the very foundation stone of a man. If this be corrupted, naturally, everything else will follow suit. Now, of course, our government is taking measures to keep the system corruption free, but this is education system. Education is supposed to make us better human beings, right? This system must be controlled by the ones who are the most sincerest, the most honest of human beings. How much more time, energy, and money should the government spend just to keep this system corruption free? I think it's high time to realize that this is not an education system at all. It's just a mechanism to keep the supremacy of markets intact. How can I say that? Well, tell me, how many graduates can make a simple light bulb or daily soap? How many will know how to cure themselves when they are unwell instead of running to health traders? All we can do is earn and spend money and then complain about rising prices, deteriorating qualities, corruption, etc. etc. How will the markets run after all if we become self reliant? Thomas Alva Edison's light bulb, it's still burning, but it wouldn't have kept the markets running. There are plenty of ways to produce clean energy, and our everyday gadgets, some of them, can be made to run on that power. But it wouldn't have fattened the profiteers. This system was modeled by a profiteering company after all. They needed men so educated so as to work for them in farms, factories, and go to battles for them. And then they needed some administrators, collectors for maintaining the system and collecting taxes. And they would just come and count their profits at leisure. And even though people don't like their bosses, they keep criticizing the government, but they can't help but compete with each other to enter their services. Why? Why? If I get herded inside one of these delightful places at a very tender age, I'll be given some books which someone else has picked up for me. And for years after years, I'll be taught someone else's thoughts, someone else's experiments, someone else's achievements. And I'll be told to learn all these in a given amount of time because after all, my life depends upon it and pass some examinations. It's just a perfect system to destroy human intelligence and creativity and to create a class of human beings who would sooner choose to work for or under the system of the rich and powerful rather than try to create a life which they once dreamt of. But we are Bharatvasis. Why should our lives feel choked when the perennial life giving river ever flows by in our country? This very land was the birthplace for the quest of knowledge. This very land was glorified by the knowledge and power of the greatest saints, our gurus. And it's them who used to impart education in our country. System is system after all. It will represent the ones who have created it. Where are these gurus today? Well, once our country used to be filled with them. Today, few kept coming from time to time, but they definitely do. And I'm sure they will arrive again. They must. But till then, I think we can prepare our body and mind for receiving knowledge. How? Well, what was the period of education called in our country? Brahmacharya. It is this practice of continence that prepares the body and mind before we get initiated into the systems of yoga, namely Bhakti, Kriya, Karma, and Jana Yoga, which was the secret of all knowledge and power of ancient Bharatvarsh. For knowledge, we get what we want, so said Swami Vivekananda. And we will thirst for knowledge only when we will be able to feel its power in our daily life. This is the ancient science of human excellence. And this is the greatest machine available on earth. Start the practice and you will be able to feel how much power this human body and mind actually has, and how much more is yet to be discovered actually. I started the practice of brahmacharya 6 years ago, but yes, it was only 2 years later that I was able to continue it without breaks. And I'm still on that path, so I think I will be able to guide the ones, those who are willing to begin this practice. Only the boys, of course. You can send me your queries in the comment section of this video regarding whatever you want, food, initial disciplines, the books that helped me, etc. etc. And I will try to answer them in the next video, most likely by next week, Saturday or Sunday. And yes, now I do require some money. I will send link of my PhonePe QR code in the description box of my next video. If my advice has helped you, you can help me back with some money. 5, 10, 20, whatever, I don't mind. So, that's all for today. May we all be able to make our country great again, and thanks for watching.